Brethren in the Light of Truth by Ruben D. Garcia. For several months now uneasiness had been affecting various aspects of our existence. In most cases is perplexing some individuals, for its affect are not as much physical, even there are some indications that are but of a higher emotional and spiritual realm. These events, simply let's call them waves of energies, are the keys that unlock the shackles of centuries of repressive consciousness mankind have experienced and became so accustomed to. The process of releasing this conscience imprisonment is taking many individuals by surprise and awe. To some, there is awareness that something is taking place not only in their emotional lives, but they can perceive it in others, and in some cases friendliness, amiability and an overall kindness from so many others can be observed. I, as a Vietnam veteran, have experienced and continuously do experience these principles of love and gratefulness wherever I go. I cannot tell you how touching it is for people to go out of their way to thank me, as they do many other veterans, for my military service during the Vietnam era. This emotional attitude is but the tip of the iceberg of what the Divine has bestowed in peace and love on humanity to a better tomorrow, and it is here and now. Just as these energies of goodness and caring steadily becomes more and more each day prevalent in our way of thinking and reasoning, it provide us enlightenment. It becomes the opposite for others, especially for those that cannot let go of their own feelings and emotions toward loved ones and others. The Bible is filled with cases in which negative emotions and ill feelings toward others can be detrimental but also limit our spiritual growth. In many cases, as it is at this moment for so many others, their ego, or sense of superiority, is in charge and steadily worsen the individual's attitudes, creating a bitter and in many times having the audacity of conducting judgments toward many others, failing to see the goodness in them. This state of mind creates doubts in all aspects of the person's daily lives, causing resentment, rage and many other ill feelings we have learned to possess and take for granted, literally incarcerating the person into a frenzy of negative attitudes and behavior, in other words, a rebel without a cause. As it is for those awakened to accept the divine gifts of intuition, self-awareness, gratitude and blessings by those that are within the realm of the light of truth throughout their daily lives, and manifesting every possible act of kindness toward others. In the opposite, the victim of the darkness seeker refuses to accept that something is taking place and remains acting in their own negative attitudinal world, most often emphasizing ambitions and refusing to accept what it will be, the inevitable, seeing the light of truth. Refusal to see the changes or shifts in mankind's consciousness today. It is expected for those individuals of such ill-conscious estates to be often bitter and angry, for to the light of truth as it has been given to humanity by the Great Source, God is absent in their lives. Their superiority thinking makes them bring about an avalanche of negative criticism toward others they dislike, abhorred, and even hate to some degree. Such is the nature of those in the dark side of light. However, for the brethren in the light are tasked now with an arduous and laborious journey. To exercise and live by blessed and gratefulness attitudes every day, and be the unique example of peace, harmony, compassion and unconditional love, something that must not be taken for granted. It's expected for those warriors, heroes of the light, to live by example just as our great masters lived. The daily life of a light worker never ends at time of bed. Contrary, it is a continuous journey filled with gratitude and harmony, and with every breath the light worker takes and constantly seeks for the great divine to forgive those in the obscurity and insensitiveness of their lives. Remember this, as we are in the autumn of the year 2019, and the upcoming festivities are approaching, all light workers have before them an urgency to bring the light to so many other that travails this earth in various degree of darkness. It is necessary to have knowledge of why are there ill feelings toward others. What is necessary to do is manifest kindness, caring attitudes, and most of all forgiveness, for there is and should not be anything to limit, hamper or deny you and them the warmth, the splendor, and beauty of the divine light that now engulfs this earth, and it is all offered by the great divine, God. Go ahead and draw a long breath and scan the sky, the heavens, close your eyes and see the greatness you are. Summons within your thoughts the incredible being you are. Let the anger, miseries, bitterness and frustration that have plagued you and humanity for thousands of years depart, for it physically has hurt you, but most significantly in your emotionally and spiritually. You, yes you, the human being, the person, the individual, you have a rightful place in the ranks of the greatest kingdom ever created, God's kingdom. You are from divine nobility. Be brave and face your ascended status. In short, the spiritual reveille has sounded for all of humanity. The hour has come to awaken and assemble to receive our divine status that remained away from our grasp and is now willingly been given to all of humanity. The time has come to be divine as it was once thought for humanity to be. The past, the present and the tomorrow no longer exist, you are in the now of all of the rest of your eternal life. Become the epic divine adventurer you were meant to be among the celestial beings. And so it is and forevermore to be. Namaste.